MMA Now, powered by Film On TV Network.
Who have to pay to watch you, and after this fight, you don't want to do any other fights unless it's pay-per-view or unless it's on one of the major channels like HBO, Showtime, or any other channel. So this is a great mark for you guys, and it's like the first step. And this is where you want to stay and belong. So it's always important to win, and it's always important to make a good impression. So every time you're on TV, it's like that's the world looking at you, and you have to impress them and leave them with a lasting impression.
What are your thoughts on this fight? These are the two top five pound for pound. This could be a big fight for whoever comes ahead of this on Saturday, obviously. Your thoughts on how this fight may play out?
It's interesting because both of these guys are undefeated. They're good at their craft. They take their craft very serious, and Andre's making a big move by moving up in weight class. That's a tall order, and it's always difficult for a man to move up in weight. And I can't say nobody can do it. It can be done, but special individuals are able to do that. And Andre is a special individual, and it's going to be an interesting fight for him. How he approaches it, how both of them approach it, and it's not just the boxer that's involved. It's the trainers as well. The trainers have to give the right information at the right time to encourage their boxer. Because I seen a fight the other day with Klitschko and Tyson Fury. Klitschko really allowed that fight to walk away from him. He didn't do what he was supposed to do in the early rounds to really make the fight stay close, but he allowed Tyson Fury to outbox him for those rounds. And what happened by the time Klitschko's corner said, "Listen, you better get going," it was too late. So good advice in the corner is very needed. Good shape, patience. Both fighters have patience, but who's gonna crack first? You ever see, two boxers go out there in the first round, and it's like, who's going to make that first move? It's a chess match. But whoever makes that first move may make the move first and connect. And that opens the door for the rest of the fight. So a lot of different factors involved in this fight. So it's a great matchup, like I said, and, looking towards it. I know it's not going to end in the first round, and you're going to be seeing a lot of different styles of boxing, too. It's really a style matchup, and, make the best style win.
Lennox, how important are fights like this to the future of the sport? You've got two young guys coming up here, and obviously we want to grow the sport. So how important is it to have two top guys in their prime fighting each other right now?
It is very important. We want to see good fights. We want to see good competition, and good fighters want good fights. We've seen a lot of different fights with fighters where they've basically cakewalked through the fight. The opponent has given them no problems. It was really just an easy fight for them. The fans don't want to really see that. They want to see a good competitive fight. Everybody wants to see that. Even I want to see a good competitive fight. So it's important for the young kids to see that as well. They can't expect it to be easy all the way. They have to know it's going to be hard and lonely to reach the top.
Is it difficult to find that balance between pleasing the fans and fighting your fight?
No, I mean, boxing's the truest sport in the world. When I say the truest, the realest sport in the world, in boxing, you can see if a man's been doing his road work. You can see if a man's scared. You can see if a man gets hurt. You can see if a man's tired. So the public, when they watch you fight, they're not stupid. They know what they're watching, so you can't fool them that much.
As a fighter, is it equally as difficult to find a balance between, finding that great fight, finding that challenge, versus, maybe taking a money fight that might be worth the same amount, but maybe not as big?
I don't know. My mindset was, I'm not chasing the money. I'm chasing the glory, because at the end of the day, they're not going to write in the history books how much money you made. They're going to write what you've accomplished. And that should be the most important thing for any athlete if they want to reach the top and be remembered.
What are those accomplishments, though? Is it just collecting belts? Is it unifying the division?
It's one step at a time, one goal at a time. First goal was to box pay-per-view. I've accomplished that. Now the next goal is to box again, next get belts, beat the top guy. But it's a process, one goal at a time.
How do you see the big fight coming up with Anthony Joshua and Eric Molina?
I don't think it's a hard fight for Anthony Joshua. He's been given a lot of gifts lately, and I thought he was going to box Klitschko in his last fight, but I don't know what happened. And I believe that the heavyweight scene is open right now for anybody to step in, and I think him making that first step is big.
It's coming back. Looks like
Yeah.
360 degrees. A lot of heavyweights coming up. Yeah. This guy Rock, that's down with Rock Nation. Young blood coming up. A lot of fighters out there.
Yeah, a lot of people were sitting by the wayside, like waiting for Klitschko to get old and lose a fight. Well, he's getting old. Father Time is on his back, and it's really down to that man that picks that right time to face him.
So is Molina not a suitable opponent for Joshua at this point in his career? Would you expect a better opponent?
I would expect a better opponent, but it sells. They don't have no problem filling up arena with Melendez.
Is that good for him or is that bad?
I don't think it's good for him, but his people around him think it's good for him. So they've got their own plan.
Lennox, have you sized him up just as a fan? And have you seen any flaws in there in his game? So far, he looks very dominant, unbeatable. A lot of people perceive him to be the next face of the heavyweight division. What's your take on Joshua?
Joshua definitely has talent. This is the Olympic champion, and he's been knocking everybody out so far. And all he needs is I would have to say is a little criticism is just more experience. You don't really learn things knocking guys out in 2 rounds.
Does he have any fundamental flaws or flaws at all?
Everybody's building. He's only been a professional 2 years, so he's still got a lot to learn.
How difficult is it to make fights like this with fighters in their prime? I mean, that was a criticism when you and Tyson met late because there's so much of a contract stuff. How tough is it to get 2 fighters in their prime?
It's always tough. It's always tough because it's a longevity. Everybody's out for that longevity. The promoters out for that longevity. They want to keep make sure they look after their boxer. The manager wants to make sure he looks after his boxer and his job. There's a lot of guys to beat before taking that risk. So, they're saying, why take that risk early when they can make that risk late and make it pay off? So it's really dollars and cents.
You respect them more for doing this right now?
Yeah, there's a process that boxers go through, and I think it's time for these guys to get together, the best at what they do. And like I said, Andre Ward is moving up in weight class. He's the best in his weight class. Kovalev is the best at his weight class right now, and they're both matching up. So we're gonna have a great fight, a serious fight.
Have you ever thought about, we're going back in time, but just thought about if you and Tyson could have met and y'all both undefeated? How fun would that have been to fight at that time?
Yeah, it would have been fun. We actually sparred before that. We sparred before we even turned pro in the World Junior Championships in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. I won the World Junior Champions, and when I won the World Junior Championship, the American team said, "Oh yeah, you never boxed our best fighter." I said, "Who's that?" They said, "Tyson." His manager doesn't like to take planes. He don't like to take planes. So me and my trainer said, "Well, we got to go up to the Catskills." So we went up there.